The rain hit the big glass windows like tiny stones. Inside the huge mansion, a man's angry voice echoed through the hallway. "You are fired, Emma." Mr. Carter's face was red. His expensive watch shone under the lights as he pointed at the door. Emma, the nanny, stood frozen. Her hands were shaking. Her eyes were full of tears. Behind her, little Lily hid on the stairs, hugging her stuffed bunny, watching everything. "Daddy, please, don't shout at Emma," Lily whispered, but her voice was too small. Mr. Carter didn't even look at his daughter. "You had one job. One simple job. And you failed," he shouted. "If you saw this scene in real life, what would you do? Would you help the nanny, or stay silent like everyone else?" Earlier that afternoon, the sky was clear. Kids laughed in the park. Lily ran through the grass, her pink dress flowing, while Emma followed close behind. "Slow down, Lily. Careful, sweetie," Emma called out with a smile. Lily turned and giggled. "Catch me if you can." Emma laughed and started to run, but she heard a loud car horn. On the edge of the park, a small boy, maybe 3 years old, stood near the road, crying. A car was coming fast. No parent was near. Emma's heart jumped. "Oh no," she whispered. She looked at Lily. Lily was running toward the small slide, safe inside the park. "Emma, I can't leave Lily." But that boy, her mind raced. In 1 second, she made a choice. Emma ran to the crying boy. She grabbed him and pulled him back just as the car rushed past, splashing water. The boy screamed, then clung to her. "It's okay, you're safe," Emma said softly, her own hands shaking. A few moments later, the boy's mother came running, out of breath. "Oh my God, my son. Thank you," she cried, hugging the child and Emma. Emma smiled weakly. "Please keep him away from the road. Anything could happen in 1 second. She turned to look for Lily. Lily was fine. But in her hurry, Lily had tripped on a small rock near the slide. Her knee was bleeding a little. She sat on the ground, trying not to cry. "Emma." Lily's voice was small. Emma rushed to her. "Oh, Lily. I'm so sorry, baby," she said, pulling a tissue from her pocket and pressing it gently on the wound. "I'm here now. Does it hurt a lot?" Lily sniffed. "Just a little." Emma's eyes filled with guilt. If something worse had happened, she thought. She cleaned the wound and kissed Lily's forehead. "Let's go home. I'll put medicine, okay?" Back at the mansion, the house was cold and quiet. Emma gently cleaned Lily's knee in the big, shiny kitchen. "There. All done," she said softly. Lily smiled. "You're the best, Emma." But just then, heavy footsteps came closer. Mr. Carter walked in, still in his suit, talking on his phone. "Yes, the investors will come tomorrow," he said. "My house must look perfect. I don't want any mistakes." He turned, saw Lily's bandage, and stopped talking. His eyes turned sharp. "What happened to her?" he growled, hanging up the call. Emma swallowed. "Sir, we were at the park and—" "You let my daughter get hurt," he roared. Lily tried to speak. "Dad, it was just—" "Quiet, Lily," he snapped. Emma's voice trembled. "She just fell, sir. I was helping a little boy who almost went on the road. A car was. So some random child is more important than my daughter?" His words cut like a knife. Emma shook her head fast. "No, sir, I was just—" "You are paid to watch my child. Not other people's kids," he shouted. His voice grew louder. The maid, Grace, and the driver, Eli, stood at the kitchen door, watching quietly, afraid to speak. "People like you think you're some kind of hero, huh?" Mr. Carter spat. "You can't even do your basic job. One scratch on my daughter is enough." Emma's lips trembled. "Sir, please. I really need this job. My mother is sick. I send all my money for her medicine. I will be more careful, I promise." Lily grabbed his sleeve. "Dad, please don't shout at her. She saved a boy, I saw." But Mr. Carter shook her hand off. "You're fired, Emma. Right now. Get out of my house," he said coldly. Emma felt her heart break. Her knees felt weak. "Sir, please, just one more chance," she whispered. "I said get out," he shouted, pointing to the door. Grace, the maid, looked down, tears in her eyes, but she stayed silent. She was scared for her own job. Emma picked up her small bag. Her fingers shook as she zipped it. She walked to the door, her back heavy with shame. Lily's eyes filled with tears. "Emma, don't go, please," Lily cried, running after her. Emma turned, knelt, and hugged her tight. "You be strong, okay?" Emma whispered. "None of this is your fault. Tears slid down Emma's face. She stood up and walked out into the rain. The door closed behind her with a hard sound. Lily stood there, her small hands in fists. Her eyes were wet but angry. She picked up her tablet from the table. She had secretly recorded her father shouting. She pressed play and listened to his harsh words again, tears dropping on the screen. "One day, someone will show you how wrong you are, Dad," she whispered. "If you were Lily, would you speak up? Or stay quiet like everyone else?" But Emma's story was not over. The same house that pushed her out would soon need her more than ever. 2 weeks passed. The mansion felt different. Colder. Quieter. Mr. Carter had hired a new nanny, a young woman named Mia. Mia was always on her phone. She liked to take selfies in the big house more than playing with Lily. "Can you read me a story?" Lily asked one evening, holding a book. Mia sighed. "Later. I'm busy right now," she said, scrolling on her phone. Lily sat on the floor with her book, eyes sad. In the corner, Grace watched. She remembered how Emma used to sit with Lily for hours. Reading. Drawing. Laughing. The house was warmer then, Grace thought. Now it's just expensive. And empty. Meanwhile, Emma walked down a busy street, holding a small paper in her hand, a new job. It was not a nanny job. It was a catering job. She would serve food at rich people's parties. The pay was less. The work was harder. But she had no choice. She thought of her sick mother, lying in a small room, breathing heavily. "I can't stop. I must keep going," Emma told herself. Her shoes were worn out. Her feet hurt. But she kept walking. Back in the mansion, Mr. Carter was getting ready for the most important night of his year. A big investor dinner. If this deal went well, he would become partner in the company. He walked around the huge living room, giving orders. "Grace, make sure every glass shines," he said. "Yes, sir," Grace replied quietly. "Mia, stay with Lily. She must not disturb the guests. I don't want her running around," he ordered. Mia nodded, not really listening. "Do you understand?" he repeated. "Yes, sir, relax," she said in a bored voice. Mr. Carter frowned but let it go. He was too busy thinking about the business deal. Lily stood by the stairs, wearing a beautiful dress, but her eyes were empty. She remembered how Emma used to fix her hair and say, "You look like a princess." Tonight, no one said that. "Dad," Lily said softly, "will Emma ever come back?" Mr. Carter looked annoyed. "Why are you still talking about her? Forget her. She was careless." He walked away, checking his phone. Lily looked down. Her small hands squeezed the edge of her dress. Emma was not careless, she thought. She saved that boy. Why can't Dad see that? That evening, the catering company arrived with food. Large trays. Fancy dishes. Steam rising from silver pots. Emma stepped out of the van in her simple black uniform. Her hair was tied back. She looked up at the address and froze. It was Mr. Carter's house. Her chest tightened. Of all places, she thought. Why this house? The catering manager shouted. "Come on, Emma. Don't just stand there. Take those trays inside." She took a deep breath, lifted a heavy tray, and walked toward the big familiar door. Her heart pounded louder with every step. Inside, Lily sat on the sofa, waiting. Mia was in the kitchen checking her phone. Lily heard the door open and turned her head. When she saw who walked in, she rubbed her eyes. She thought she was dreaming. "Emma," she whispered. Emma almost dropped the tray. "Lily," she breathed. Their eyes met. Tears filled both pairs of eyes. "Emma." Lily jumped up and ran toward her. Emma put the tray quickly on the table and knelt as Lily hugged her tightly. "I missed you so much," Lily cried. "I missed you too, sweetheart," Emma whispered, holding her. Mia walked in and rolled her eyes. "You again." Before Emma could answer, a loud choking sound came from behind the sofa. Lily's face changed. She pulled away and turned. On the table was a bowl of snacks. A small grape had gone down the wrong way. Lily clutched her throat, eyes wide. She couldn't breathe. Mia screamed. "Oh my God! Somebody help! I don't know what to do." Emma's blood ran cold. For 1 second, the world slowed. Not her. Please, not Lily, she thought. She threw off her serving gloves and rushed to the child. In the next moment, in front of rich guests and shining lights, true character would be exposed, and karma would walk through the room. Guests were arriving at the front door. Men in suits. Women in elegant dresses. Soft music played in the background. Mr. Carter shook hands with his main investor, Mr. Harris. "I'm sure you'll enjoy the evening," Mr. Carter said with a proud smile. From inside the living room, a sharp cry cut through the polite talk. Help! She's choking! Mia screamed. Mr. Carter's heart stopped. Lily! He shouted, running toward the sound. When he entered the room, he saw chaos. Lily was in Emma's arms, her face turning red and then pale. Emma stayed calm but fast. She positioned Lily, gently but firmly. Come on, baby, breathe, breathe, Emma whispered. She did the choking rescue steps she had learned long ago. Her hands pressed in the right spot. Once. Twice. A grape flew out of Lily's mouth and bounced on the floor. Lily gasped and started coughing, then crying loudly. Emma hugged her tightly, tears of relief falling down her own face. Oh, thank God, Emma cried softly. Mr. Carter stood at the doorway, frozen. His legs felt weak. His expensive watch suddenly felt heavy. He had fired this woman for one small scratch. And now, she had just saved his daughter's life. Again. Guests were watching. Grace stood with trembling hands, whispering prayers. Mia stood uselessly, hands over her mouth. Mr. Harris, the investor, had followed Mr. Carter in. He saw everything. Emma looked up and saw Mr. Carter staring at her. Fear flashed in her eyes. I'm sorry, sir. I only wanted to help, she said quickly, standing up, wiping her tears. She stepped back, as if ready to be shouted at again. But Mr. Carter couldn't speak. His throat felt tight. Lily turned, still crying, and ran past Emma to her father. Daddy, she sobbed. Emma saved me. You fired her when she saved a boy, and now she saved me again. Why are you so unfair? Her words hit him harder than any slap. Everyone in the room heard. Even Mr. Harris. Lily pulled out her tablet from the sofa. Her hands were shaking. I recorded you that day, she said, still crying. I wanted to show you how mean you were. She pressed play. The room filled with his own angry voice, loud and cruel. You are fired, Emma. People like you. One scratch is enough. The sound bounced off the walls. Mr. Carter felt like the ground was opening under his feet. His own words. His own pride. Now played like a movie in front of his guests. Mr. Harris's face turned serious. This is how you talk to your staff, Carter? He asked quietly. Mr. Carter tried to speak. I was angry. I didn't mean. But she saved a child's life that day, Mr. Harris said, pointing at Emma. And you punished her for it. Silence filled the room. Mr. Harris looked at Emma. What is your name? He asked gently. Emma, sir, she answered softly. Do you work here? He asked. Emma shook her head. No, sir. I was the nanny. He fired me. Now I work for the catering company. Mr. Harris nodded slowly. A person who risks their job to save a stranger's child, and then saves the same child again. That is someone with true character, he said. He turned to Mr. Carter. Business is not only numbers and deals, he said coldly. It is also how you treat people. Mr. Carter felt sweat on his forehead. Mr. Harris, please, I came tonight thinking you were a strong leader, Mr. Harris interrupted. Now I see arrogance, cruelty. I do not invest in that. Mr. Harris looked at Emma again. My daughter is also looking for a nanny for her 2 sons, he said. Someone kind. Someone brave. Would you be interested, Emma? Emma's eyes widened. Me, sir? Yes, he said with a small smile. With twice the salary you got here. And with respect. Tears filled Emma's eyes. Thank you, sir, she whispered, almost unable to believe it. Grace covered her mouth, trying not to cry out loud. Eli, the driver, wiped his eyes in the hallway. Lily smiled through her tears. See, Emma? You deserve better, she said, hugging her again. Mr. Carter watched everything, his face pale. His big night. His rich deal. His pride. All slipping away in front of him. Because of his own choices. He took a deep breath and walked closer to Emma. For the first time, his voice was not loud. It was soft. Broken. Emma, he said, eyes down. I was wrong. Everyone watched. I treated you like you were nothing, he continued. You took care of my daughter like she was your own. You saved her, twice. And I still insulted you. I am truly sorry. Emma looked at him, surprised. She had never seen him like this. For a moment, she stayed quiet. Then she said gently, I forgave you the day you fired me, sir. But forgiveness doesn't erase what happened. He nodded, ashamed. I know, he said. I hope one day, My daughter will see me as a better man than I was that day. Lily looked up at him. You can start by being kind to people who work for you, she said simply. Those words hurt and healed at the same time. Mr. Harris placed a hand on Lily's shoulder. Wise girl, he said. He turned to leave with his wife. We'll talk about business some other day, Carter, he said. When you learn how to treat people like human beings, not tools. The guests quietly followed him out. The big, important dinner was over. Not with applause, but with quiet judgment. Later that night, the mansion was silent. No music. No guests. Just the sound of rain starting again outside. Mr. Carter sat alone on the sofa, his head in his hands. He replayed everything in his mind. His own shouting. Emma's tears. Lily choking. Emma's trembling hands saving her. The look of disappointment on Mr. Harris's face. This is the price of my pride, he thought. This is my karma. In a small room across town, Emma sat beside her sick mother, holding her hand. Did you have a tough day? Her mother asked weakly. Emma smiled softly. It was hard, she said. But something good happened too. I got a new job. Better pay. Good people. Her mother's eyes filled with tears of joy. See, she whispered. When you do good, God never forgets. Emma thought of Lily. Of her big brave eyes and honest little voice. Maybe one day, her father will learn too, she hoped. Sometimes, life shows us a mirror. It might be a small scratch on a child's knee. A grape stuck in a throat. A video on a tablet. Or a nanny with tears in her eyes but kindness in her heart. Karma doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just quietly shows who we really are. Never insult someone just because they work for you. Rich or poor, every person has a heart, a story, and a moment when the truth will speak for them.